All right, are you ready for this? We're going deep today, folks. Diving into a YouTube video. This guy tries to eat the same daily diet as Walter Hudson.
Walter Hudson.
Yeah, you remember him, right? Once upon a time, the world's heaviest man.
Oh, wow.
Just think about the sheer volume of food. I mean, we're not talking about, just big portions here. This is next level.
Yeah.
So get ready for some seriously crazy food combos, and maybe you'll feel a little full just listening.
I think I might already.
Right. So the video starts with breakfast,
Okay.
and oh boy, it is a beauty.
Oh.
We're talking 12 eggs, a pound of bacon, 32 sausages.
Wow.
And that's
This is
before
delicious to start.
he even touches the bread.
What?
Yeah, he goes through an entire loaf of bread with grape jelly.
Oh, my goodness.
And then to top it all off, multiple peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
So this is like front-loading the calories for the whole day, right? I
Yeah.
mean, we're talking about a massive hit of protein and fat right off the bat.
Right out of the gate.
How does the body even begin to process that much at once?
It's going to be tough on the system.
I would think so, yeah.
But it makes you wonder, is this just a physical challenge, or is there like a mental aspect to it as well?
Oh, absolutely.
What drives someone to not just eat this much food, but to like actively seek out this kind of challenge?
Yeah, what's the motivation there?
Right. Like, I think it's a bit of both, right? You
Yep.
got to have the physical endurance, but also that mental fortitude to push past those feelings of fullness.
Right.
Like, we all know that full belly, happy belly feeling,
Uh-huh.
but this is taking it to a whole other level.
This is like full belly, I don't even know what's
Yeah.
exploding belly.
And then you have to think about the long-term impact of a diet like this,
Right.
even if it's a one-time challenge.
Yeah.
All those processed foods, the saturated fats, it
Right.
can't be good for you.
Not good at all.
So after this monster breakfast, you'd think he'd be done for the day, right?
Yeah, it'd be on the couch.
Nope. Walter Hudson's diet included a handful of candy bars for a snack.
A handful. What does that even mean?
Exactly. That's what the YouTuber was wondering, too. I
Yeah.
mean, what's a handful? It's so subjective.
Right, it's different for everybody.
So he decides to use a random number generator to figure out how many candy bars he's going to eat.
Oh, wow.
And guess what?
What?
5 candy bar.
5. Oh, man.
That's a sugar rush waiting to happen.
More than a sugar rush.
Yeah.
We're talking about a massive spike in blood sugar,
Yeah.
followed by the inevitable crash.
The crash is coming.
It's going to affect his energy levels,
Oh, yeah.
his mood, even his cognitive function.
And you know what? He actually talks about hitting this massive caffeine crash
Oh, yeah.
right after finishing all those candy bars.
Makes sense, though, right? I mean,
Yeah.
your body's not designed to handle that kind of fluctuation.
No,
It throws everything off balance.
All right, so we've got this crazy breakfast,
Yeah.
a mountain of candy bars.
Okay.
You'd think it's time to call it a day, right?
I would hope so.
Nope, time for lunch.
Oh, boy.
And this one is another massive spread. We're talking twin Subway sandwiches piled high with meat and cheese.
Okay, but even Subway, I mean, you
Yeah.
can make healthy choices there.
Yeah,
But this doesn't sound like that.
not so much.
It sounds like you went for the most indulgent option.
Indulgent is a good word for it.
Not a lot of nutritional balance there.
Not really. He even talks about squeezing in some exercise.
To burn it off.
Not exactly. He says he's trying to make room for extra French fries.
What? Is that how it works?
I don't know, but it's kind of funny,
Yeah.
but also a little concerning.
A little bit. Yeah, like
Yeah.
exercise is important,
Hmm?
but it's not a magic bullet.
Right. It can't just erase all the bad stuff,
Exactly.
especially when you're eating like this.
Definitely not.
And then get this, he's raving about how much he loves the Philly cheesesteak,
Okay.
but then complains about the unnecessary amount of vegetables.
Oh, no.
Like his taste buds are completely skewed.
It's like his body's craving all the wrong things.
Yeah, it's all about that high fat, high salt stuff.
And that's how you get into that cycle. You know, the more you eat those processed foods.
The more you want them.
Exactly.
And to wash it all down, a massive bottle of soda.
Oh, boy.
Or
All those liquid calories.
yeah, but here's the kicker.
What's that?
He doesn't even finish the soda.
Why not?
He says he's saving room.
Oh, no.
Because there's still dinner and another snack to go.
Seriously.
Seriously.
This isn't even a meal anymore. It's like an endurance test.
That's a good way to put it, an endurance test.
Like, how much can your stomach actually handle?
I don't even want to think about it.
It's a little scary,
It is.
but also kind of fascinating.
It is
The
fascinating.
human body is amazing.
It really is.
But at what point does pushing it this far start to backfire?
That's the question, isn't it? We'll have to see what happens next.
I mean, you really start to see the YouTuber struggling in this part.
Yeah, you can tell he's feeling it.
He keeps talking about how full he is.
Uh-huh.
like uncomfortably full.
And he even has to, like, step away from the table at one point.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just to find a bathroom.
Oh, man, we've all been there, right?
Oh, yeah.
After a big meal, you just need to unbutton those pants.
Totally.
Take a little breather.
But imagine that feeling
Oh, yeah.
after eating like 5 times the amount of food you normally would.
That's a whole other level.
And get this, this is supposed to be his second snack of the day.
There's more.
Yep, you guessed it, more candy bars.
Oh, come on.
It's like a sugar-fueled train that just won't stop.
This is getting ridiculous.
This time he's got a whole assortment.
Okay.
We're talking a Zero Bar, a Snickers, a Three Musketeers,
Oh, wow.
a Caramello, even a Butterfinger.
This is really going all out.
Oh, yeah. He describes each one with like this crazy enthusiasm, like
Yeah.
he's savoring every bite.
At this point, though, I have to think.
Yeah.
It's less about enjoyment and more about just getting through it,
Oh, for sure. It's all about the challenge now.
pushing those limits.
Exactly. And speaking of pushing limits, it's finally time for dinner, the main event.
The main event. Okay.
Get ready for this 4 massive ham steaks, a half dozen cobs of corn, a half dozen potatoes,
This is insane.
and to top it all off, a giant slice of apple pie for dessert.
You know what? This is where it stops being funny
Yeah,
and starts to get a little scary.
I agree.
This is serious overeating.
Yeah, it's one thing to test your limits, but
Yeah.
this is like completely ignoring your body's signals.
You're not supposed to eat like this.
The YouTuber even comments on how hard it was just to pick up the ham steaks.
Really?
Yeah, they were that big.
I can't even imagine.
Like the sheer volume of food is just mind-boggling.
Just think about it.
Yeah,
Your jaw muscles your stomach.
it's gotta be a lot of work for your body.
It's not designed for this.
So he manages to get through the ham steaks and the corn on the cob,
Okay.
but those potatoes,
Potatoes what?
they were his downfall.
Oh, no.
He said they felt like bricks in his stomach.
Oh, that's awful.
I know, right?
Like you can just hear the struggle in his voice.
Totally. He tries to soldier on
Yeah.
with the help of some wow sauce.
Wow sauce.
I don't even know what that is.
That doesn't sound healthy.
But eventually he has to give up.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he steps away from the table, says he feels like a human water balloon.
A human water balloon.
His words, not mine.
I can't even picture that.
I don't think I want to.
But you know what?
What's
It's a
that?
good reminder that even in the context of a challenge,
Yeah.
overeating has consequences.
Oh, yeah.
Your body can only handle so much.
And remember, he's not done yet.
Oh, there's more.
He still has that apple pie and the rest of his soda.
This guy's a machine.
Well, he takes a break,
Probably a good idea.
lets his stomach settle a bit,
Darn.
but then he's back at it,
Oh, boy.
ready for the final showdown.
Round 2.
He piles a mountain of zero sugar whipped cream on that apple pie
Oh, my goodness.
and digs in.
I bet it's painful to watch at this point.
It kind of is.
Like you're almost feeling it yourself.
Right. He even says his stomach feels like it's detached from his body.
Detached? That's a little disturbing.
Yeah, it's a little creepy.
Makes you wonder
Yeah.
how disconnected we can become from our own bodies.
When we push them this far,
Right, we're so focused on the goal that we ignore all the signals.
it's like mind over matter.
Taken to the extreme.
But somehow he finishes it.
He does.
The apple pie, the last of the soda.
Wow.
He did it. He ate like the world's heaviest man for a day.
So he won the challenge.
He did.
But at what cost?
That's the question, isn't it?
What did he put his body through?
I mean, we've talked about the short-term discomfort.
Yeah.
But what about the long-term effects?
It can't be good.
And it's not just the physical health aspects.
Right.
What about the psychological side of things?
Oh, yeah?
Like, what does it mean to push your body to these limits?
Is it just a harmless challenge or is it something more?
I don't know, but
Yeah.
it definitely makes you think. About our relationship with food, about body image.
It's all connected.
Yeah, it's complex stuff.
Very complex.
So what are your thoughts so far? What stands out to you as we've been talking about this?
It really makes you think, doesn't it?
I guess.
About, like
yeah.
our relationship with food.
Yeah, when does a challenge become unhealthy?
That's a good question.
We all push ourselves in different ways,
Right.
but this feels different.
I think there's a line between testing your limits and just completely ignoring your body's signals.
Like your body's trying to tell you something.
Exactly. And this kind of extreme eating
Yeah.
can really mess with your perception of hunger and fullness.
It's like you're not even listening anymore.
You're not in tune with your body.
And what about the long-term effects?
Oh, that's a whole other conversation.
We've talked about the immediate discomfort,
Right.
but this can't be good for you in the long run.
It's not good at all.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. Consistently overeating puts a huge strain on your entire system.
Your whole body.
We're talking increased risk of obesity, heart disease, type 2 diabetes.
All the scary stuff.
And it's not just physical health either.
Right.
There's a link between overeating and mental health issues too.
Like what?
Depression, anxiety.
Wow.
It could become this vicious cycle.
So it's not just about the food itself.
Exactly. It's about our relationship with it.
It's deeper than that.
Much deeper.
Food is more than just fuel.
It's connected to everything. Emotions, social life, culture.
Yeah, it's a part of who we are.
It's about finding that balance.
Right, enjoying food, but not letting it control us.
I think that's what we can take away from this whole deep dive.
It makes you really think about your own habits.
It does.
Are we eating mindfully?
Are we listening to our bodies?
Are we making good choices?
Those are the questions we need to ask ourselves.
This deep dive has definitely been an eye-opener.
It has.
It's easy to get caught up in the spectacle of it all. But there's a real person behind this challenge.
Right.
Someone struggling with their own relationship with food.
We can't forget that.
And while this challenge may be extreme,
Yeah.
it highlights a universal struggle.
We all have our battles with food.
We do in different ways.
Different temptations, cravings.
It's a journey for all of us.
Finding what works for us.
Exactly. So as we wrap up this deep dive,
Okay.
I want to leave you with one final thought.
Right.
What's your relationship with food?
Good question.
Is it a source of joy and nourishment?
Or is it something you struggle with?
It's a question worth asking.
Definitely.
Because food is powerful.
Very powerful.
And it's up to us to use that power for good.
Well said.
Thanks for joining us on this wild ride.
It's been a journey.
And remember,
What's that?
stay curious, stay informed, and most importantly, stay mindful of what you're putting into your body.